It's a beautiful day here in Lexington, Kentucky. We're at the Red Mile Racetrack catching up with trainer Jack Darling and the people's horse Bulldog Hanover, who is pacing his way through harness racing's record books.
Bulldog Hanover, the Bulldog does it again. Bulldog Hanover, Rocky Road Hanover, and then Tattoo Artist. It's Bulldog Hanover, 145 and 4.
Driver Dexter Dunn reflects on what it's like to sit behind Bulldog Hanover.
Oh, it's it's pretty unbelievable, really. He's just as raw power and speed he can go. So it's a fun ride for sure. So enjoying it. You know, the first time I sat behind him, he gave me an unbelievable feeling, and I think the following week after that, he got better. So it was you drive so many horses, and you drive good horses too, but you could really tell he was had something special about him. It's a great attribute that he has. I think the last eighth of those miles that he's, unbelievable miles in their own right, but the last eighth he's usually getting stronger during the run. So, yeah, hopefully there is no bottom.
Caretaker Johnny Malia gives us the inside scoop on Bulldog Hanover and what this ride's been like for him.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's exciting at the same time. People want to see him, and a little bit of pressure, like making sure everything's done right and his harness is perfect, and everything has to go well.
One thing that's been really cool in getting to know you and Bulldog and the kind of the fame that you guys have made here over the last couple months is you are so receiving for the fans and the people to come up and take photos, and that's
right.
Really something. And I think that's what, I've been terming him kind of the people's horse, like here in harness racing as of late, and that's really, you guys have contributed to that, and I think everybody in harness racing appreciates it.
Yeah, it's fun. You have to take advantage of it while it's here, because you may never get another good horse again. Usually you don't, and it's just, you just got to appreciate it.
Now when you say, let's fast forward, we're getting ready, we're going into the paddock on race day over the last couple months. Now you walk into the paddock, you got to be confident, right? Are you kind of like, yeah, we're here, we know we're great, but you also, like Jack said, it's a horse race, so it's still exciting, but the confidence is there in him.
Yeah, earlier you're just hoping that you can compete. And then after a few races and you figure out, or he's figured out that he's the best, you get confident, but anything can happen in a race.
He's kind of a hem. Like when we showed up here this morning and we were out there filming him on the track, it's kind of like he gets his angle, he turns to the cameras, and you kind of have to see it to believe it, but trust me, I really think he does love the camera and the attention.
So do I do. Even in the winner's circle, he just stands there calm. It's like he knows what to do. He has his routine, he pulls up, they come back, they're going to put the cooler on me, we're going to do headshots. He's so awesome.
He gets it.
Yeah.
He gets it. Now in the barn, you're watching him, he's ornery, but he's not rude.
No.
And I love that air about him too.
Yeah.
But when you guys are together, you're, like you said, you guys are walking together, but he's definitely the boss.
Yeah. When I walk him, he walks me.
Yeah.
Like he takes me where he wants to go, so.
He's like, no, this blade of grass, Johnny, not that one, right?
Yeah, so I just give it to him.
And watching him here is in the morning, he just came over to the sawdust pile and he just laid down and he wanted to roll. And you're like, okay, guy, like,
I knew he was going to. I knew he was going to. He's done it 3 days in a row for the cameras. So that's now his new routine. Anything,
a fun fact about him that you'd want people to know, just with him in the barn, or anything cool about him?
Geez, I got to think about that. Well, he has his treats that he likes. Obviously, he loves bananas, and basically any fruit you give him, he'll eat it. Watermelon, anything.
Oh, so, wow.
And he doesn't care who gives it to him. You could give it to him, you could give it to him, he'll take it.
He's like,
so
the man loves fruit. Okay.
Yeah.
Jack, it's been such a remarkable ride that harness racing's been on, especially the last couple months here, catching up with your great pacer, Bulldog Hanover. But what's it been like for you to have a horse like him? Now, you've had great horses along the way, but to have a horse like him, especially this late in your career.
Yeah, well, it's been fun, there's no doubt about it, but there's pressure along with it, and it actually has been an emotional ride, especially towards the end here.
we kind of, Jack, looking at him, he's kind of like the people's horse, you know, only 28,000, which is still a lot of money, but not a lot of money nowadays to get a great pacer like him. And he's come on and he's just really given the fans of harness racing something to cheer for.
Well, that's the nice thing about this business. Everybody has a chance, and this horse shows that anybody could have bought that horse, and you have a chance of getting a champion. And yeah, as far as the fans are concerned, like that's what's really amazed me the last little while, when people come up to see him and talk about him. The look in their face, it's just so it's so emotional with them too, and it's heartfelt. It's really something special.
Looking at him and purchasing as a yearling, and then of course at 2 and 3, and now coming here at 4. But when did you know? When did you say to yourself, he's something special?
Okay, for absolute sure that he was something special was as a 2-year-old when he won the super final. He won it by 10 lengths. He just opened up on just a great bunch of 2-year-olds. Lawless Shadow, who turned out to be a great horse, was second. And that's when I really, for sure, he is something special.
Now, coming here to the States, you had the addition of Dexter Dunn, and it's, if you know Dexter and you catch up with Dexter and you follow him, you know, he's cool, he's class, and he's talented. Now, I've said throughout the year, there's 3 things in harness racing that are taking it by storm: Dexter Dunn, Bulldog Hanover, and Test of Faith, and you have 2 of the 3, so I think you're doing okay. But Dexter Dunn, the addition that you made coming to the U.S.
Oh yeah, it's been a great match. I mean, you watch them on the track, and I mean, they just work like a team. I mean, Dexter, he's shown that he's number 1 right now. There's no doubt about it.
You know, Dex, we've caught up with Dex, and when he talks about him, he said he's just amazing. And he's as much as you guys are excited to have him along for the ride, I know he's just as excited to be along for it.
Oh yeah, you can tell. Dexter's a horse lover. When he comes to see this horse, I mean, you can see it on his face too. He's a real horseman, and he loves and respects horses.
Bred 79 years thus far in 2022. Now, how was he from taking on some stallion duties and, of course, having to come back and kind of get back to the track?
The first day that he went to breed the mares, he came back and he went on the track, and he'd kind of lost his mind. He didn't know what the heck was going on. But after that, he's been perfect. Nothing bothers him. When he's in the paddock, other mares, studs don't bother him. He's just a perfect gentleman.
If I had to say one word to describe him, I say swag. He's just like a cool, classy guy, and he's just got a lot of swag about him.
He does have swag. He's like, you know, a professional athlete that has that way of moving and acting, or an entertainer. Like he's maybe like the Elvis Presley of horse racing.
He certainly is, and he's confident. And you know, I love it. The thing I love about him, that he's ornery, but he's not rude. And for a stallion and a horse of how big he is and how strong he is, he certainly could be. But he just wants to have. Just loves his life and just having fun racing.
Yeah, he's not mean at all. He likes to play, and he likes to push around a little bit, but no, he's got great manners for a stallion.
But one question is, where is the bottom? Do we think that, you know, every mile that he's gone, every track record that he's broken, is there a point where we're like, what else is he going to do? At this part, he has to beat his own. He's beating himself at this point.
Yeah, as far as speed, I'm sure we haven't seen the bottom. I mean, every win he's had, you just feel like that there's more there. There's more in the tank. How fast he can go, I don't know. This weekend, it's going to be a little cool, but it's going to be decent enough. I don't know how fast he'll go. I'm like everybody else. I'm excited to see what he can do.
The cool thing about Bulldog, in my opinion, is watching him, how he is and how he's built, and the things that he's capable of. It kind of takes you back to some of the great horses over the time. Matt Scooter, Nia Tross, of course, the great Genis Beach Boy. He's doing things. He has pieces. You see pieces of that old breeding throughout in him and the way he races compared to some of these other horses. That's what I love about him. It's cool. It kind of takes you back many, many years ago to those older horses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just got the talent and the class and the stamina. He's just got everything you could ask for in a champion horse.
After Lexington, where do we go from here? And of course, you know, what is 2023 going to entail?
We've got the Breeders' Crown after this in Mohawk, and then there's about a 30-day gap till the TVG in Meadowlands. But at this point in time, I want to race in that one, because that will likely be his last start. The plan is to retire him to stud. He just has so much stud value. So that's the plan, but
I hear hearts breaking all over harness racing right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to be thinking the same thing. Like, it depends how he is at the end of the year. Yeah, the door is not completely closed.